Baker Mayfield's wife making news. I mean, Lord, the Giants sitting up there, stinking up the joint yet again. We know changes need to be made there. Tom Brady scampering for 11-yard runs, which is really 18-yard runs when you take into account the fact that he was 7 yards back. Somebody I was listening to this morning pointed that out. I would give him credit. I would give him credit, but he chilling in L.A. instead of being here with us in the cold weather. I consider that betrayal. First takes in the house. Keyshawn will be here too. Let's roll, y'all.
Oh, now LeBron and Isaiah Stewart get into a little pushing, shoving match, and Stewart is mad.
Everyone in the league knows Bron not a dirty guy.
Man, Stewart's hard to hold back. And wow, they can't hold him back.
I know nobody on our team was having it.
LeBron's getting into it.
He's got a big cut over his eye like a boxer.
He sure does. He wants a piece of LeBron.
He's going to get suspended for this.
He's uncalled for.
What'd you say? Is LeBron a victim? Never a victim, always a victim. Look at this little Thanksgiving flavor we have. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for a lot of things. I'm thankful for you, Molly.
Likewise.
I'm thankful for my man Key, my brother.
Is he? Where's
you know,
Key?
I don't appreciate him not
Mr.
being
LA?
here. He in California. I don't appreciate that, but I am thankful for him. But I'm also very, very thankful for my wonderful family and my sister Carmen. She gonna throw down. I'm just saying.
Oh, she sure
the
is.
food. The
What's
food,
going
Key.
on, Carmen?
I'm put on about 10 pounds, Key. I'm gonna put on about
Key,
10.
how we doing?
I'm good. As long as your macaroni and cheese don't have breadcrumbs on it, you're gonna be all right with me. You good.
Nah, you right. You right about that. I ain't into the breadcrumbs on the macaroni and cheese either. You right.
Really?
He's right about that.
Topping?
He's right. Nah. That. I mean, you know.
Maybe it's cultural.
You know, it's a cultural thing.
No,
the brothers, we
no.
don't need the breadcrumbs on top of the macaroni and cheese.
Let me get to it, gentlemen, because we got a lot to get into. Jeff Saturday is going to be here, JJ Redick shortly, but we begin with the malice in Detroit. The punishment has been handed down. Lakers, LeBron James suspended 1 game. The Pistons, Isaiah Stewart, suspended 2 games for their altercation. The NBA announced the punishments without pay for Sunday's incident. James will serve his suspension when LA faces the Knicks today. Sorry, Stephen A. Or actually, you should be grateful for that, too. Maybe a win. Maybe. And Stewart will start his also today against the Heat. I will start with you, Keyshawn. Do you agree with the suspension?
I do, Molly. I mean, look, okay. LeBron got suspended in something that I think was clearly an accident. A lot of people think he maliciously did it. He didn't expect to cut the eye open. He was just trying to send a message. Okay, I believe that tangled up on the blocks. He just wanted to get the dude off of him. Like, man, get your you-know-what off of me. And he wind up striking him in the face. 2-game suspension for Isaiah Stewart. I'm fine with that, because going after and acting out the way that he did created this kind of like hostile environment, so to speak. You can look at it a lot of different ways. Whenever Molly and Stephen A., you see a group of individuals and there's some melee going on, it draws attention to the eyes. People focus in on that. And I think the powers that be in the NBA circles, as you know, Stephen A., more than me, they don't want to see that. They don't want to see that mayhem because it sends a different type of message than the message that they want to project out to the fan base of the NBA. That's my take on it. I think the suspensions are fine. I don't have any issue with it. I don't believe either one should have got more. Let's just move on from here and glad it didn't end in any other type of way.
Couple of things. First of all, we are going to move on from here, but we're going to say what needs to be said. And Keyshawn, my comments obviously are not directed at you. I know it's for the purposes of a debate show, but this is not directed at you. This is directed at folks, particularly in Black America. I'm just going to call it like I see it, okay? I'm not satisfied with the suspension of Isaiah Stewart. I thought it should have been more. Now, a lot of people out there are going to be absolutely appalled with what I just said. My response would be, will y'all grow the hell up and understand what the hell is going on? It's just so ridiculous. And then you're a black person and you take that position. So, you selling out instead of folks realizing you trying to look out. They don't get it. So let me try yet again to educate folks the way folks have educated me in the past. Listen up and listen good. LeBron James was wrong. He instigated the situation, which is why he felt the need to try to reach out to Isaiah Stewart to apologize. If you rewind the incident and you see what transpired, clearly LeBron James was in the wrong because he swiped his elbow at the guy. I don't think he meant for that to happen, but the bottom line is he instigated it with his act, okay, by swinging the elbow high. That's an automatic suspension as far as I'm concerned. LeBron James lucky he didn't get more than one game. But no matter what, whether it's one game or two games, make no mistake, Isaiah Stewart deserved more. And to be specific, if it were me, Isaiah Stewart would have been suspended for 5 games.
But
And
Stephen
I'm not.
why you say more? To explain to me why.
I'm getting ready. I'm going there now. I'm going there now. Before I even say that, Isaiah Stewart is 20 years old. I'm not trying to excoriate his personality. I don't know the kid at all. He seems like a great,
I would expect you to give him grace for that, being so young.
Talented basketball player and what have you. This is not casting any aspersions on him. Isaiah Stewart, if you're listening, it ain't about you. It's about the incident. You cannot have anybody acting the way that he reacted. When he first walked up to LeBron James immediately like, yeah, my bad. I messed up. I messed up right there and then. Instead of calming down, you saw blood and you lost it. So what do? You run over people, not once, not twice, but on 3 separate occasions. I watched Jay Williams on the show this morning with you, Key, with you and Max, okay? And Jay Williams brings up the point that I emphatically, albeit respectfully, disagree with. Well, he didn't touch he only touched his teammates. He didn't touch anybody on the opposing team. That doesn't matter. What if those were assistant coaches there? Some of them were older men in their 50s, for crying out loud. Did you see, if we showed the whole tape, you'd literally see bodies flying backwards because Isaiah Stewart is literally on a rampage, running over people, supposedly to try to get to LeBron. Now, I'm not going to question that because Ryan Clark came on yesterday and talked about how he got stopped in his tracks the second DeAndre Jordan was in front of him, or he really didn't want to fight. I'm not going there. Ryan Clark can go there. That's his prerogative. I'm not going there. I'm simply saying, when you appear to be that out of control, that volatile, to the point where literally 5, 10, 15 people can't stop you on 3 separate occasions, it's very bad. But then when you take into account, and this is where I want to go here, whether you like it or not, America, the NBA is patronized by people, corporations, advertisers, sponsors, stuff like that. This is not the Malice in the Palace. This has nothing to do with fans. This is a completely separate incident. But we saw the havoc that wreaked. Yeah. And how the NBA, it made the NBA instant dress codes and all of this other stuff that had nothing to do with a brawl. Why? Because the imagery said, oh, that's out of control.
Yeah.
We can't have that. When you are asking for your brand to be patronized, you cannot appear that way. This is big business. And if you put yourself in a position where you compromise potentially their bottom line, even though he's only 20, Molly.
But he didn't
hold on, Molly.
Himself in that position.
Molly, he did put himself in that position in terms of how out of control he was. And the bottom line is this: you might be 20. It's the NBA. You are a professional. You are